from 0 to a million, from 0 to a million, from 0 to a million. Hi, my name is Marianne and I am the founder of Smart Mentoring, which I built from 0 to a million euros in sales in less than 3 years. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I was able to double my income in 2022 without running paid ads or using complex funnels, and following some simple steps that anyone can do. I actually spent time and money to learn the organic ways on making premium sales. And what does that mean? So I created this one offer that was in premium price point. So it was in thousands of euros. It wasn't anything like a couple of €100 or 20 euros like I previously had done with my lower priced online courses. I created this online course, 6-week online course, where I help these women to turn their passion into profitable business. And that was my first online course. And I had such a big goals on selling that online course with like 50,000 euros in the first launch, because I had at that point a friend of mine, an entrepreneur, who made this big launch with her online course, tens of thousands of euros. And I thought that, okay, I can do the same. I have this community, I have these people. But what ended up happening was that I only made like under less than 4,000 euros. And it was a little bit disappointing because I had these big expectations. Like somebody would say that, wow, that's a good launch for a first online course that you've never sold before. And yeah, I think it is. But for me, it was disappointing. What I struggled with in the beginning was that I had multiple offers, but I wasn't still making money enough to pay myself even a decent salary. So the first couple of years when I wasn't able to do that, I did podcast, I did social media sponsorships, and I was doing all these type of things that maybe brought some little income streams to the business, but it wasn't enough to actually build a sustainably growing company. I decided to fully go and focus 100% on premium offers. And what it meant for me, I set myself this first goal that in order to go to 100k months, I already understood that I need to have a premium offer. And before that, I had sold cheap online courses, and I knew that, well, it wouldn't be easy for me to grow my business to 100k months with those cheap online courses. So I knew that, okay, well, I need to create this premium program, this premium service that I can sell with a high price, so it will become easier for me to reach that big goal. In the end of last year, we had this one woman and she had a team of 2 people already, like 3 founders, and they created this new premium offer. So we always start by creating a premium offer because we can't help our clients to scale their businesses with like low priced services or products. So usually what our clients do, they are from $2,000 to even $20,000 the offers. So we helped this one team to scale their business from literally from 0 to a 95,000 euros. So it's pretty much the same than dollars in sales in 3 weeks. So that is definitely like the biggest results, and they have now continued working with us and are making 5 figures per month still to this date after their first launch. So that is what we help our clients and what I've also done myself in business in the past few years. How to go from 0 to a million in sales is to decide which strategy are you going to stick by. So I had this one offer, I had one ideal client for that offer, I had one marketing strategy that I used to get clients to that one premium offer. Because let's be honest, there is so many advice and so many strategies out there, and it can be hard to decide on which one to choose, but even harder to actually stick by that when there's all that noise coming trying to get you to change your strategy. I actually believe that every strategy can work, but you need to decide which one you are going to make work for yourself and for your business. And that's what I did. I focused all my energy into that one marketing strategy that would have brought these premium clients to this business. And then later on, what I did, the first 100K month I actually did by myself, selling just by myself. I didn't have a team helping me to do that. Let's talk about the millionaire mindset, how to stop thinking small and playing small, and the mindset shifts that I needed to make in order to reach the 100K months in my business, and how you can do it too. I really want to highlight one big thing. The biggest thing that we usually forget is the mindset part, because as ruthless as it sounds, it's not going to be you who is going to reach your next big goal, but you need to become the person who will actually reach those goals. Because if you think about it, if it was you, why aren't you already achieved that? That is what I think always when I'm thinking about that. I want to be that, I want to do that, but in order to do those things I need to change myself to that person who does that easily. I can give you any strategy in the world, but if you don't believe that it's possible to actually make that work, it's not going to work. So the biggest thing that you need to do is the inner work. And I'm going to probably say this in all of my videos, but that is the truth. In the beginning, it's super important that you think about what do you want and what is it. And for me, it was at that point to become a self-made millionaire, and that was my goal, and that made me also set the goal of 100K months. For example, if your goal is to become a millionaire, you need to start thinking and doing things in a way that millionaire does those things. I won't lie, it takes time to really adapt those things and start thinking about in a way that the person that has already achieved those things would do, because I know that when you are not even close being a millionaire, it's really hard to actually think in a way that that kind of person would think. What you could do still is daily, and wherever you're making decisions, start thinking about like, what would that person do that I want to become? Like, what kind of decisions would they do in this situation or that situation? Eventually you notice that, okay, well, I am that person. If you ask me, because I think this is interesting, I really liked hearing this type of tips from other entrepreneurs, like what was the main reason or thing that enabled me to double my income and actually 10x the results from the past year, was definitely having really strong mindset shift in a way that I think about what's possible and what's not possible for me, and then just believing in that and having the faith when doing the work. Because I think the work itself, it's pretty simple, it's pretty like basic, it's not that special, but when you have done the mindset shift and you have the faith that, okay, well, if I do this, there's no option than like succeeding. Just keep on trying and finding and figuring out the ways that it's more effective and getting better results. If I just keep looking for the ways, like I'm going to find those ways, and there's no other options. Like you need to figure out your own mindset first before you can actually start seeing like these huge results. Like, of course, you can get some results without having the millionaire mindset, but if you want to play in the next level and in the bigger league, you need to really focus on the inner work and make that your priority. One of the life-changing moments for me was when I read the Grant Cardone's 10x Rule book, and I really liked the message that it has. It's super easy to get stuck with your little goals because you think that those are realistic, but why are you thinking that something is realistic and something else isn't when you can see that other people are achieving those bigger goals as well? So that should be enough reason to believe that those bigger 10x goals are also realistic to you. I then also realized that my goals at that point when I was reading that book were quite low, quite mediocre, like usual goals and things that people want. But then I realized that, well, I only got this one life, so why would I try to reach these things that most people end up having anyways? They don't even have those as a goal. For example, having a house in your city where you live, like that's so typical. There's no bad at having that kind of goal. Of course not. If you want that, that's good. But still, for me, an ambitious woman, I really wanted to achieve something bigger and something that not a lot of people have done even. And then I realized, like, oh, okay, so I only have this one life, and I'd rather try and go for it and do my best, because like there's nothing to lose if you think about it. Maybe you are getting a fewer clients that you would like, having less income that you would like to have, and that is when it's time to grow the volume of the things that you are doing. And the thing is that you can't manage to get X amount of new leads from your same social media audience that you already have. But what you can do is to manage the tasks that you are already doing, that you can grow the numbers in. And we can't manage the people coming in and sending us messages. I can't predict that, okay, well, tomorrow I will get 10 leads that are going to ask my help. But what I can manage is how many outreach messages I'm going to send, for example. So that is the outbound strategy. And that is why it's important to have both of those in place and up and running, because that is something that you actually can measure, you can actually grow the volume on. And what I've noticed in time and talking to other entrepreneurs, your goal should definitely be to grow the amount of inbound leads. But in the meanwhile, when you can't just grow it like that, because that's something that grows in time, you can grow the amount of the outbound strategy, for example. And that is like taking cold calls and sending cold outreaching emails or messages, and that is what you can do. We started tracking that, and we have like this goal of reaching X amount of outreach messages every day. And I know that if we want to grow our sales, we need to grow that number as well. So think about that. Grow the volume to grow your results. And I would be more disappointed at myself if I didn't even try. So the 10x rule book was game changer in a way that I see and set goals these days. And if you're thinking about the money, the numbers, and that kind of goals, don't get fixated with the numbers, because at the end of the day, it actually doesn't really matter what those numbers are, but what matters is those numbers will measure your actions and what you're going to do in order to reach those goals. Because if you think about it, having a goal of reaching 10K month and reaching 100K month, like those are totally different things that you are going to do in order to achieve those goals. So that's why it's important to have those bigger goals, because then your actions will be so different. And even if you don't reach the 100K goal right away, you will probably still get further than to 10K when you're doing different things than somebody who is trying to achieve 10K months. Prioritize lead generation. My own sales coach once said that that is the only thing that you should never stop doing. My best advice for lead generation is to use organic social media marketing. Another mistake that I see entrepreneurs making is that they are not even using social media. If you are not getting any results through social media, like I wouldn't say that, oh, social media isn't working, like Instagram doesn't bring me valuable leads. The thing is that you need to make that work for yourself, and you probably just haven't found the effective way to use those social media platforms yet. But of course you could use paid ads, some other things to generate leads. But what we do in my business, and what got us from 0 to 1 million, was to use cold outreaching and messaging on social media to potential clients, and not selling on those messages, but actually to see if there's anything that we could help with them, or to see if they are happy and motivated prospects for us. And then if they are, we offered them a strategy session and a strategy call with them to see if they are a fit to working with us. And that is like the most simple sales process that we have now used. So our clients need to get at least 5 to 10 clients for their new premium offer, so that it's validated that, okay, you are able to scale that if you have already gotten 5 to 10 clients for it. So that's what they did. And then they just started selling. So actually, like, the only thing that they did was organically through social media looking for beta testers for their new program. So we frame it as like looking for beta testers in purpose, because we want people to really not think that it's like something really expensive that they can't afford, because when they learn that, okay, what the program is about, they are more likely to pay also the higher premium price of it. And to get more leads, you should definitely have a great content strategy on place if you use organic marketing on social media, because that is the way to get more leads. So it was all organic, all through social media, and the best part is that like anyone can start right now, and this strategy is something that you can start today with your phone. Like, I'm currently filming with my phone. I only have this microphone that was like I think under 50 euros to plug it to my iPhone. So yeah, it's actually like you don't need any fancy equipment, and you can even do your edits on your phone. Like, we are editing all of our short form videos from our content producer's phone. So like, really, you don't need any of that fancy equipment to do this. And this will bring you clients when you do it right. This is a tip to create a lot of valuable content, and don't be keeping anything with yourself. Like, give everything away that you know, because I think in this era of so many gurus and coaches giving their knowledge and selling courses and programs, it's super important to separate yourself from everyone and actually give the value, and not just a fluffy things and nothing special. I'm never thinking that, oh, I don't want to share too much, but I actually want to be sharing too much, so that you know that I care. I want you to win either way, and like, I want people to get wins even if they don't become ever our clients. Like, I treat everyone who likes or comments or watches even the videos or anything as a lead, and now I need to nurture them. I need to give them value, and that they feel like, wow, okay, I get this much from this content, and to try to get them to message me and my team before even we ever message them. So that is like the two ways, and you can also call them like inbound lead generation strategy and outbound lead generation strategy. And that's what we have in my business. We have also used like this partner that does cold emailing for us, and like automated cold emailing, and then we get some leads from there. And also what we've used is doing live trainings, Instagram lives, to get people to trust me as a person and as an entrepreneur. Like this video, for example. Now, if I know that you have watched this whole video, you're more likely to actually trust me and my company, because that's the best way to get trust and build relationships and succeed in this industry. I really think that is the only way to succeed in this industry. So give the knowledge away and sell the implementation. And what our offer is, we want our clients to get results. So we give them really similar types of strategies and knowledge that I'm sharing on my social media channels, but what we then give our paid clients is the implementation and keeping them accountable so that they will get results. We give them everyone one-on-one help and live trainings and all that jazz, and they get that one-on-one experience and also the group experience when they are in our paid community and as our paid customers. But the thing is that the strategies and the ideas are exactly the same that I share on my free social media platforms. Definitely my tip is here to focus and prioritize lead generation and never stop doing it. The idea was to create this female community of ambitious women, and I didn't really have any plans of how to make money with that. So when I started thinking that, okay, how I'm going to make money with this idea, and I had already started to building the community and I had hundreds of people in there, so it was pretty cool to have those women in that community already. Then I decided to create an online course. I wanted to do that because every time a new member was asked to join the group, they needed to answer these few simple questions, and I asked them what do they need help with, because I went there to serve, and I actually served them for months for free. And I did these videos and content and everything, whole website and everything around it. I asked them what do they need help with, and then one of the main answers was to get help with creating a business from their passion. So that's what I did. I created this online course, 6-week online course, where I help these women to turn their passion into profitable business. So if I wanted to multiply my monthly revenue, I needed to multiply also my prices. So in the beginning, my plan was to get 5 paying clients, nothing else. I only focused on getting 5 clients to that new premium offer. And then I already had the plan that when I get those 5 clients, my focus would be focusing on them getting results. So getting those 5 people really good results so that I know that, okay, my offer and my program that I did works. That is my plan of action at that point. And I actually ended up getting almost 30 people to my first round of my beta program launch. So I exceeded my goal of 5 people, which was already super good, because then I learned that, okay, well, this sales process actually works. And also that I'm able to get clients. That is the hardest part, I would say, and the results were amazing. It worked as well as it worked with myself, and I already validated the sales process by doing it myself, and then I just helped my clients to do the same. And the results that they got, some of my clients got 17,000 euros in the first week they were selling their new program, and someone got their first 20,000 euro month with having less than 100 followers on Instagram. So they created this premium offer first, and before ever doing any market research or anything, they just started selling it. So the only way we see validation is through getting actual paying clients. So our clients need to get at least 5 to 10 clients, and that is like our program outcome, and what we wish every client to have in the beginning is the 5 to 10 clients for their new premium offer, so that it's validated that okay, you are able to scale that if you have already gotten 5 to 10 clients for it. So that's what they did. And then they just started selling. So actually, like, the only thing that they did was organically through social media looking for beta testers for their new program. So we frame it as like looking for beta testers in purpose, because we want people to really not think that it's like something really expensive that they can't afford, because when they learn that okay, what the program is about, they are more likely to pay also the higher premium price of it. Prioritize sales training for yourself. Moving on to the next tip, and that is to prioritize lead generation. My own sales coach once said that that is the only thing that you should never stop doing. My best advice for lead generation is to use organic social media marketing, but of course you could use paid ads, some other things to generate leads. But what we do in my business, and what got us from 0 to 1 million, was to use cold outreaching and messaging on social media to potential clients, and not selling on those messages, but actually to see if there's anything that we could help with them, or to see if they are happy and motivated prospects for us. And then if they are, we offered them a strategy session and a strategy call with them to see if they are a fit to working with us. And that is like the most simple sales process that we have now used. And to get more leads, you should definitely have a great content strategy on place if you use organic marketing on social media, because that is the way to get more leads. Like, I treat everyone who likes or comments or watches even the videos or anything as a lead, and now I need to nurture them, I need to give them value, and that they feel like, wow, okay, I get this much from this content, and to try to get them to message me and my team before even we ever message them. So that is like the two ways, and you can also call them like inbound lead generation strategy and outbound lead generation strategy. And that's what we have in my business. We have also used like this partner that does cold emailing for us, and like automated cold emailing, and then we get some leads from there. And also what we've used is doing live trainings, Instagram lives, to get people to trust me as a person and as an entrepreneur. Like this video, for example. Now, if I know that you have watched this whole video, you're more likely to actually trust me and my company than somebody who just sees an ad on Facebook, for example. So that is what we have done with organic lead generation. But definitely my tip is here to focus and prioritize lead generation and never stop doing it. So what it means is to, for example, never stop posting to your Instagram channel or any whatever channel you are on and where you get your leads. And also, even if you get like loads of leads at one time, it can be really overwhelming. But also then don't stop posting more, because at some point those leads will die up, and there's not anymore new leads coming from that one viral post or whatever you did to get that amount of lot of leads. So definitely never stop the lead gen. Moving on to the next tip, and that is to take sales calls. I don't care if you call them strategy sessions or actively train yourself in sales. I have seen so many coaches and experts that are very willing to spend a lot of money to train themselves to the topic that they are experts about, and that is of course a good thing, but you are not going to do anything with that information if you don't know how to sell your products and your services. And that's why I would really recommend you to also prioritize sales training and get yourself a coach, try a coaching program or online course on sales, but do it actively and continuously, because that's also something that can be learned even if you feel right now that you suck at sales. I've had my first sales experience already when I was like 18 years old, maybe even younger. I've worked with sales all my life because I really saw there an opportunity that not a lot of people actually like sales jobs, but what I saw there was that, okay, well, that's an opportunity to make actually money. And also I felt always that it was hard for me to get a job. It was actually a little bit hard for me to find a job when I was young, and I think it was hard for like everyone at that point, but the thing was that I found it easier to find a job with sales. So that's why I started to like sales. Like, I didn't really love sales, but I just knew that, okay, if I say that I love sales and I just go with the sales jobs, I could get a job. Like, there's always jobs for people who do sales, and that's what I did. I did also telemarketing, for example. So when I started loving sales, talking about it in my job applications as well, I got great jobs because of that. And that's also being a benefit for me in business and as an entrepreneur, because that's like the only one thing in common with every entrepreneur, that you need to do the sales. You need to sell your products, your services. What I would say are the most common mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners are doing so that they aren't reaching those 100K months. And the first thing is that these people are doing a lot of content, creating a lot of content to their social media channels, but they forget to sell. That was the time when I also started my first business, and I did that like really fast when I learned about entrepreneurship. Then only took like a few months when I already had several clients, and how I got those clients was that I actually contacted them myself. Like, I just sent a message and asked for a meeting, and then I went to those meetings, and it was so nerve-wracking. Like, I was super nervous because I was like, oh, who am I trying to be? Like, I had this imposter syndrome that it's not just going to be possible that they would pay anything to me to help them. But I was still optimistic and just did it anyways, even though I was super scared. Like, I didn't like it at all to offer my services in those meetings, but I did. If you are creating this new need for your audience and you're not selling, they are going to go and look for somebody who is going to sell them what they need. And that's why it's important to train yourself in that, because like I said, you probably will train yourself on other things as well, to market and to get better at what you do, but also with sales. And that's where I have invested most of my money to get the best sales training that I could find for myself, for my business. And last year when I did my the biggest year ever in my business with over 900,000 euros in sales, I actively trained myself every single week on sales. When you go to these programs, that you are not going there with skeptical mind, like, oh, I don't think it's going to work for me, let's see how it goes. Like, that's not going to help anyone, not you, not the coach or the mentor. Like, I've seen it also after working with hundreds of clients and after seeing really so many success stories. Like, and what is the one thing in common with those people? They are really committed and they trust the process. And right after you stop trusting the process, you start trying things on your own, it's not certain that you will see results. Like, of course, it can be that you are going to see some results, but I've had this mindset that if I have never, like, for example, before I had built 7-figure business, like, I didn't know how to do it, and if somebody else has already done it, like, I should definitely trust that person, that they know what they do, and that if they say that they can help, like, I will get something out of that. And even if you didn't decide to start and commit to the strategy of the program in the future, you should definitely, at least the time and energy that you are going to be giving to that program, you should commit 100% that time and see, just see how it works. Because if you don't give the your full energy, your full dedication, like, I think it's pointless to even spend time on joining any programs. Then, like, just try by yourself if you think that you can do it. But for me, like, those programs have been game changers. Like, I've looked for and found programs that have helped me in specific problems that I've had, to solve them, to, like, come up with new strategies when I've needed them. I'm the kind of person who believes in online coaching and all these programs because I've seen it in my own life. And when I stopped doing the sales myself in our business, and we had our sales advisors doing the sales, or sales team is now doing the sales in our business, now I ask them to train themselves every single week. We offer them sales training, and they have more than 1 hour per week, at least, actually 2 hours per week sales training, to get better and better. Because also one thing is that you will forget the basic things. So one thing that you need to do and remind yourself is the basic things in business and in sales especially, because when you're just doing it every week, you might forget the basic stuff, and that's when you need to remind yourself for that and have the sales coach or the sales program to help you with that as well. And yeah, so definitely prioritize sales training for yourself. But then my third goal, after getting those 5 first clients and getting them results, was to start consistently make 20,000 euros per month, so that I can hire some help. So in just 9 months, we had already had several 100K months. So it feels a little bit crazy, but that was how we got there and how I got there myself, because when I started out, I didn't have a team helping me, but it was just me. With those clear steps, I got in the position of being able to hire some help to our team. And that's what I did. So in May 2022, I hired my first full-time employee who started first part-time, and then in June she started full-time as our operations manager, and she still is in our team and has grown like a lot in her position, because our team has grown a lot since then. We currently have the 15 employees, which is really cool. Those were the steps in the beginning, like the plan of action. So you need to have clear plan of action to reach that big massive goal that you first set to yourself. And you can do it right now and double your income this year. What you can do as a business owner and entrepreneur is that you are only going to show up and film the video, and then have somebody in your team. Like, we have a social media marketing team, which now only consists of from me and our content producer. And also our sales coordinator is helping me to post all the content that we've created. I'm only needed to be showing up on the videos. And of course, when it's my ideas, I'm still part of the scripting process, but you can also have somebody helping you with that if that is not your strength. Now, when I film this video, then I just send it to the content producer, and she's going to be editing and doing all the edits to the short form videos, looking for trends on TikTok, on Reels, creating those type of content as well. Yeah, so like, I don't need to be there doing anything else but to show up. I only had that one goal, which was to reach those 100K months. And after it started happening over and over again, and I got consistent with it, and I can't say that I only got like myself alone, because I had the team, and we started with our sales team from July 2022. And after that, I have not done sales consistently myself because I've had the team doing that. So at some point, it seems really like a passive income stream coming in because there was salespeople closing the deals instead of me. Stop trying to be perfect, but just getting the damn thing done. And what I mean by that, because I have never been perfectionist, and I've been more like generous of how things should be done, and I've been pretty good at that. But I know that for so many women especially, it's hard to leave things unfinished or like not do them perfectly. But if you just lower your standards in some things, that how you need them to be done, it makes everything so much easier, and it's like taking the pressure away from having something done perfectly rather than having something just being done. This can be something that slows you down because you just are stuck on perfecting things that could be okay and could get the work done already. And you might think that procrastinating on small things, that it doesn't matter, but actually what can happen is that those small things that you are there stuck and procrastinating on doing could lead on missed opportunities in somewhere that those small things could have led you. So those small things can actually lead you to bigger things, and if you don't get those things done, you're not going to ever see the opportunities that those smaller things and imperfect things could have lead you to. You just need to keep going. Like even if you did a mistake today, like you can little bit cry about it a little bit, but then the next thing is that you need to keep going. Like there's no other way. Like you need to just keep on pushing, keep on going, and like life will show you that it's worth it at the end. Like even if you did a mistake, say you're sorry, like if it hurt somebody, like apologize from them and just keep going. Like there's no other way. Like I don't think there is a mistake or a failure that would lead you to a point where you can't continue. Like of course if you're doing something illegal that's going to stop you when you go to prison, for example. But like we are now talking about some mistakes that you are probably like, what if I said something that hurt like others' feelings or something like that. I hope that we are talking about this type of mistakes or whatever it is. Like you can comment or DM me and share something personal even. Like I would like to hear what type of mistakes you are now afraid of doing. But anything business related, I would say that those are the moments where you can learn and just keep on going, trying again. Like don't worry about it too much. Like try to think things in a long-term game. So at the end of the day, like there's going to be so many people and so many roadblocks that you're going to face when you start showing up and promote your business. But I really liked this thought that like when people are trying to silence you, like that is what they are trying to do, like get you to stop what you're doing, like who does it serve? And I really think that that is powerful. If you are helping people with your services, with your program, with your products, like who does it serve if you stopped doing what you're doing because some people on the internet are talking about you, like, and trying to get you to stop? Just think about it, because I really am certain that who does it serve if you just keep on going and if you show up? Like that is so powerful, inspirational, and you're going to be a role model to many. And if you stop because of somebody or like something, that is not going to serve anyone.